Who is the FoxAlien XE Ultra 8080 really worth buying? Who should walk away? And does the price make sense for a hobbyist who just wants to cut a few sheets of plywood a month? If you've been staring at your garage bench and wondering whether a full-size CNC will finally let you bring those custom signs, furniture joints, and acrylic keychains to life, you're not alone. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last few weeks watching build logs, scrolling through forum threads, and talking to a couple of small shop owners who recently upgraded from a desktop-size router to something that can actually handle a 33-inch square sheet. The biggest hesitation most people have is the fear of overpaying for a machine that sounds massive on paper but turns out to be a headache in the real world. Unreliable motors, a clunky frame, or a software stack that needs a PhD to tame. That's why I wanted to break down what you actually get when you open the box, how you'll spend the first 20 hours with it, and where the value really lives beyond the headline dimensions. Let's start with the kind of person who will get the most out of this bundle. If you're a maker who regularly works with wood, aluminum, or acrylic at a scale larger than a 12-12-inch hobby cutter, the Zultra's 33-33-inch work envelope and 5.3-inch pass height mean you can finish a full sheet of inch plywood in a single pass, rather than juggling multiple setups. That translates to less time realigning material, fewer waste pieces, and a smoother workflow when you're making things like tabletop inlays or signage that needs a continuous surface. The included slot hybrid work table also gives you a sturdy, modular platform to bolt on vacuum fixtures, clamps, or even a dust collection port, something you'll appreciate if you've ever tried to hold down a 30-inch board on a flimsy tabletop. On the flip side, if your projects are mostly small parts like engraved keychains, jewelry, or a few decorative panels that fit on a 12-12-inch bed, this machine is overkill. You'll be paying a premium for space you'll never use, and the larger frame means you need a dedicated corner of your shop, plus a sturdier floor to handle the vibrations from the 6,086mm closed-loop stepper motors. Those motors do deliver a respectable 2.6 Newton-meters of torque, which is great for cutting thicker aluminum or dense hardwood without stalling, but they also draw more power and generate more heat, so you'll need to keep an eye on cooling if you run long cuts back-to-back. Now, let's talk about the day-to-day experience of setting this thing up. The first thing you notice is how the aluminum extrusion base snaps together. It isn't a bolt-heavy assembly, most of the connections are captive fastened, which speeds up the initial build to about 3 hours if you follow the video guide that FoxAlien provides. Once it's standing, the rigidity is noticeable. There's very little flex when the spindle hits a hard spot in acrylic. That stability is a practical strength because it reduces ghosting on the finished edge, a problem many users of lighter, cheaper frames complain about. The downside is the weight. The whole unit sits on a pallet that weighs close to 200 pounds, so moving it later is not a weekend DIY project. If you rent a garage or share a workshop, you'll need a clear, permanent spot. Software is another arena where reality meets expectation. The XE Ultra ships with a version of GRBL that works with popular CAM packages like Fusion 360 and Easel. In practice, the connection is rock solid, but you'll spend some time tweaking the step sperm and tuning the acceleration curves to match the closed-loop motors. For someone who's comfortable editing a few settings in a config file, that's a minor inconvenience. For a newcomer, it can feel like a steep learning curve. The real benefit shows up when you start running multi-axis jobs like engraving a logo while cutting a pocket on the same piece. The machine handles simultaneous XY motion and Z-axis tool changes without noticeable lag, which saves you a lot of post-processing time. What about ongoing costs and maintenance? The spindle is a 2.2 kilowatts unit that runs relatively quietly for its size, but it does require occasional bearing checks and a fresh set of collets if you switch between inch and inch bits frequently. The closed-loop stepper system is more forgiving than an open-loop counterpart. If a motor slips, the feedback loop corrects it before you see a missed cut. That reliability reduces the risk of ruining a full sheet project, which is a hidden value you can't see on the spec sheet. However, the slot table does not come with a built-in dust collection port, so you'll need to add a separate hood or shop vac if you plan to cut MDF or paint-grade plywood, otherwise you'll end up with a lot of fine dust on the floor. So, should you pull the trigger? If you are a serious hobbyist or a small business owner who needs a work envelope big enough for full-size sheets, appreciates the